Hey guys, I'm Louis and welcome to my next video. So we're just back with another tag, and this time it's going to be the Assassin's Creed tag. Now I did try to find some pre-existing questions. I looked on Tumblr, Google, YouTube, and literally the only video I could find was one by, I think, either a Swedish or like Norwegian sort of YouTuber. That was the language that they were speaking in the comments, I think. And I just obviously I couldn't understand what the questions were, so I literally just created the questions myself. I imagine they're probably quite similar to what that YouTuber did, so I'm just going to literally go through them, and there's about 10, and literally just going to sum up why I love Assassin's Creed. So the first question is, what is your favourite Assassin's Creed game? And for me, it's a very close decision because I honestly love all the Assassin's Creed games, like pretty much equally. Like some I prefer more than others, and there's bits in others that I like over bits in others, you know. But overall, I'm probably gonna have to say, if I had to pick one, it would be Assassin's Creed Black Flag, just because you get to be a pirate. Essentially, you get to command, a ship, you get to go around, fight with other ships, you get to go to all the beautiful locations in like the Caribbean. And I mean, as you can tell by this pirate sword, I'm literally obsessed with pirates, so you know, that's why it really resonates with me. Question 2, we have, who is your favourite assassin? Now for me, I love most of the assassins. I mean, I haven't played Assassin's Creed Unity yet, but I've heard the character in that is quite good actually, but obviously the game was a bit glitchy and a lot of people didn't like it. But I'm going to eventually play that, and when I do, I'll let you know what I think. And I'm probably get Assassin's Creed Rogue as well. I mean, a lot of people have said that's terrible, but I want to play it for myself because a lot of people dislike Assassin's Creed 3, but I absolutely love it, as you saw in my video a couple of days ago. And, you know, if I had to pick one assassin that's my favourite, it's got to be Ezio Auditore. I mean, I love this guy. He's so boss. He's Italian. He is just so skilled and so sort of, the character's really well acted. Like, it's just really, it's probably the best sort of character or characterization, I guess you could say, like the best acting, the best sort of vocal acting. And you get to play through his story through 3 games. You can tell that everyone loved Ezio, and just even the developers, because obviously you had Assassin's Creed 2 of them in, and you had Brotherhood and Revelations. You had Ezio in 3 games. Like, no other assassin has been in multiple games, really. I mean, I think Altair has been in, like, I mean, you can be in, okay, so another assassin hasn't been the main protagonist in more than one Assassin's Creed game, apart from the sort of, I think it's like Nintendo DS or PSP or something like that, but that doesn't really count, I don't think. Question 3, we have, what is your favourite weapon? And it's got to be the Hidden Blade, specifically the dual Hidden Blade, because I just love the way that it just looks, where they're just like, thing, and they just come out of their hands, obviously. I would love, I know you can actually buy Hidden Blades, like, I don't think the blade is actually sharp, obviously, but you can actually buy like the actual sort of bracer, I guess you could say, and then it's got the actual mechanism. You can actually get one with a mechanism that it comes out, which is actually really awesome. And if I ever like win the lottery or something like that, definitely just gonna buy like 2 of them, full like freaking assassin like hood outfit. I'll just become Ezio, like, you know. I just love the way that the dual Hidden Blade is so versatile. It can be used in, you know, proper like in actual combat, and it can also be used in sort of stealth kills and stealth takedowns, that sort of thing. And there's a whole load of upgrades that you get to it throughout the games. I mean, you get the hook blade in Revelations, you get like the poison blade, you get all these upgrades for it. It's just so versatile, and it's just that iconic weapon of Assassin's Creed. Like, when you just think Assassin's Creed, you immediately just think Hidden Blades. Next question we have, what is your favourite location from the game? And I would have to say the Caribbean Sea from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It's just so beautifully captured, and especially on the next gen consoles. Don't own one personally myself, but I have seen sort of gameplay from it, and it's just breathtaking. Like the sea, the islands, the little towns, you know, the settlements, all the people walking around. It's just really sort of active, and it feels like a world that's lived in. Like I mentioned in my Skyrim video, I'd prefer open worlds where it's highly populated and there's a lot to do, and the locations actually feel like it's real rather than it's just a computer game, which obviously it is, but Assassin's Creed Black Flag's world is extremely immersive. So the next question we have is actually a really exciting one, and it is, who is my favourite historical character? Because if you know me, if you've been watching my channel for a long time, you probably know that I'm really interested in history, and I'm going to go on to do it at uni, hopefully, if my exam results go fine. But for me, Assassin's Creed is brilliant for sort of your historical character. I don't think I've ever played a game with as much historical accuracy as Assassin's Creed. Yeah, there's some bits that they changed just to make it a bit more fun in the actual game. Like, I know the Boston Tea Party in Assassin's Creed 3 was altered quite a lot, but it was just to make it more practical within the game. Ubisoft do a lot of research into the history and the historical figures. And you know, for me, favourite's got to be Leonardo da Vinci from Assassin's Creed 2 Brotherhood, and don't think it's in Revelations, but I can't remember. But he's just always there for Ezio. He's brilliant. He's absolutely just a genius, and you can just tell that that's what he was probably like in real life. I mean, it would be absolutely insane if I could just go back in time and meet the guy. He's just obviously is a brilliant painter, inventor, sort of scientist in general. He was just one of the great minds of in the entire history of the world, and I just think he's such a great character in Assassin's Creed, especially in Assassin's Creed 2, when the banters with Ezio a little bit when Ezio first takes the hidden blade that he got from his father to Da Vinci, and he needs to sort it out and tell him fix it and that sort of thing. And originally in the first Assassin's Creed, the hidden blade was actually, instead of coming out of your wrist like this, well, not actually out of your wrist, but on the sort of gauntlet type thing, just coming out, it used to actually come out of your ring finger. Now, obviously, to do that, you'd have to have it cut off. And Da Vinci's like, oh, Ezio, we're going to have to sacrifice your finger for it. And then he gets a meat cleaver and just goes bang, but he doesn't actually cut his finger, he just hits the table and is like, actually the blade's been modified so you don't have to do that anymore. And I just think that's a brilliant moment, and that's probably why Leonardo da Vinci is my favourite character, historical character. Plus he builds a fucking flying machine. Why the fuck would you not want that? Next question is, who's my favourite supporting character? Now this is from the future, so Desmond time, and personally it's got to be Sean. It's got to be Sean Hastings. He's English, and he just knows how to banter. I know I say banter a lot, but trust me, he absolutely kills with banter. Throughout all the games, he's just always there, and it's just his accent as well. He sounds a bit like Stephen Merchant, if you know who that is, the comedian, and he's just absolutely hilarious when he cracks a joke. It is brilliant. Sean Hastings, if there was an Assassin's Creed mission where you had to select a character to go do stand-up comedy, Sean would be your man. Question 7 is, who is your most hated character? Now there's quite a few candidates for this. Obviously you got Cesare Borgia, you got Rodrigo Borgia, just most of the people in Assassin's Creed 2 that you have to kill, the patsy Vieri and Francesco and all of them sort of people. But the person that really grinds my gears is Charles Lee in Assassin's Creed 3. He's just such a dick. He goes into freaking Connor's village when he's a little kid. He freaking nearly strangles him to death, and bearing in mind this is a little kid, he must have been 9 or 10 at the time, and he's strangling him. What? Only someone with a heart made of coal would fucking do that. And he's just a complete dick throughout the whole game, and there's no more satisfaction than killing him at the end. Although it was a bit weird the way they killed him. They kind of just made him sit in a pub, and Connor goes in, they have a drink, Connor stabs him. It was a little bit weird, but nonetheless he died, and yeah, he deserved that. Next question is, who's my favourite supporting character from the past? So from any period where Desmond's in the Animus playing as or anyone's in the Animus playing as a previous ancestor. And it's got to be Mario Auditore. I mean, just for this scene alone.
Don't you recognize me? It's me, Mario!
Literally every time I play through that scene, I literally laugh so much because it's just hilarious. It's just the fact that his name is Mario and he's Italian, and he just says that, and it's just literally the greatest thing I've ever seen in a video game. Question 9 is, what is my ideal setting for a future Assassin's Creed game? Now, obviously coming up next we have Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is set in Victorian London, and you know, it's been suggested for a while by a lot of people that there's a certain period of history that a lot of people want to be in Assassin's Creed. I mean, if you look in sort of the Assassin's Creed sort of mythos and, you know, folklore, that sort of thing, like the backstories behind it, there was actually quite a few assassins around in the time of feudal Japan. Now, this was the time of ninja, samurai, emperors, you know, all these sort of things, and I just think it would be absolutely amazing to just be one of those groups. Now, I would guess that the assassins would probably be on the ninja side, because what happened is the samurai sort of were, there's like a feudal system is like a hierarchical system where everything's sort of owned by the emperor, who's at the top, and then it filters down, and then I think there's some sort of like master sort of samurai, then there's actual samurai, then there's like just general people, well then there's just general peasants at the bottom. And what happened was the samurai were sort of obviously enforcing the emperor's will, and they were quite mean to the peasants and would often do horrific things to them, and, you know, just be general dicks. And what happened was the ninjas were the ninja movement was created to fight against the samurai, which would suggest to me that the samurai would be more likely to be the Templars, obviously the bad guys in Assassin's Creed. From the Assassin's point of view, I guess from the Templars' point of view, they're good, but obviously in the grand scheme of things, they're not really. They are very sort of controlling and oppressive and just dicks in general. And I just think it'd be great if you could be a ninja and just fight against a samurai, because obviously if you've seen a lot of sort of Asian kind of movies, you will see that a lot of the time the samurais are like huge. Like, you can just imagine a fight in Assassin's Creed where you literally have to fight some like 6'9" odd guy when you're like 5'10" or something like that. It'd just be absolutely crazy, and it would be a very sort of challenging fight, but it'd be also very rewarding in the end, because you'd feel like you've actually really accomplished something. Because a lot of the enemies on Assassin's Creed, yeah, the sort of main people you've got to kill tend to be harder to kill if you're in a straight up fight with them, but the other like NPCs, I mean, you get like the brute people who are a bit stronger and have thicker armor and bigger weapons, but the combat's never really that challenging. So I just really think that will be a great opportunity for them to try something truly new. And I just genuinely like ninjas and samurai. That's really why I sort of would like this period, and a lot of people agree with me, I can guarantee. So sorry this video's rambled on a bit. I did go on a bit about feudal Japan, but I'm really interested in it, so yeah, there's that. But now we're at the final question, which is, what is my favourite trophy or achievement in the Assassin's Creed series? Now, obviously trophies and achievements, trophies being the PlayStation things you have to, if you didn't know, then you essentially have to, when you complete certain objectives or you do a certain thing, you get a little pop-up message that says trophies, and you can go in and look at your trophies in the PlayStation sort of menus. And it's the same for Xbox, but on Xbox they're called achievements. And I just went through just literally went online and looked through every single game, looked through all the achievements, watched a few clips of them, and I came down to my favourite, which is one called Bully from Assassin's Creed Revelations. Now, essentially, you have to beat up this guy by the name of Duccio. Now, in Assassin's Creed 2, Duccio was cheating on Ezio's sister, Claudia, and obviously Ezio was pretty mad about that, and you're not gonna lie, I was pretty mad about that. Like, if I had a sister and the guy was freaking cheating on her, that would be... no. That's just a no-go. And it's just, there's so much satisfaction to beating him up in Assassin's Creed 2. And now, you come across him again in Revelations. I had no idea why the fuck he's in, like, Turkey, but he is, and you just essentially get to beat the shit out of him again. He's a bit drunk, he wants a fight, you take him down, and what I like to do when I do it is, after you've beaten him up, just chuck him down a well. You can literally just throw people down wells on Revelations, so I just thought, fuck it, Duccio, I hate you so much, you get down that shitty well. And the best part is, you can't kill him, so you can just do that as much as you want, really. He just appears across the map occasionally, and you can just beat him up to your heart's content. Anyway guys, that does bring the video to a close. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Comment on what tag you would like to see me do next, and what are your opinions on Assassin's Creed. Maybe you could answer the questions for yourself in a video response, or just comment down below with like 1 to 10 and just answer all the questions if you're interested in Assassin's Creed. Subscribe if you enjoy my content in general, and I'll see you next time guys.